Greetings everybody, my name is Captain Comedy. I'm Captain of the Comedy Pirates. Here with today's video. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a good day. Now, for today's video, I want to talk about ADHD memory and how it works, how to solve it, or just understanding it, because I don't feel like I help a lot when it comes to my videos with ADHD. I don't like to do them a lot. People watch them, but I don't know if it's helpful. I don't know. But like when it comes to ADHD memory, we don't have it. We're not good with it. We have a memory of a goldfish. And before I start, remember, I am not a professional. I'm not a therapist. I don't have a license in college for this. I just talk from what I feel like is right. I talk from my perspective. I talk what I feel like it is with ADHD and just how it works for me, you know? But for ADHD memory, we don't have it. It is not functional. We have a 2008 PC. Well, everybody's house has the current model of 2024. People have better storage, better RAM, better everything. Well, me, I don't even have a gigabyte of storage. I have megabytes. That's how old my computer is. I can't even acquire basic information to store anything, because most of my storage has already been to just functioning. I don't have much storage for memory. Well, everybody else may have access to that. I do not. One way I like to explain things is in video game terms. So this is understandable. It is. If it's not, it's not. But for me, this is how I understand. Now, think of it like a video game. Let's say you start off on an adventure and you have a basic inventory slot of 10 slots. You put 10 items because it's as much as you can hold. A normal person can hold about 10. But for me with ADHD, I can hold about, I want to say 3 or 4. Let's go with 4. Now, the thing is, though, we can carry less items, but we can still carry stuff. But just because we can carry those items doesn't mean those items will always be there, because it will disappear or instantly drop after a certain time frame. Why? Because we're not the same as a normal adventurer in this video game. In this video game, we have a little bit of glitches and bugs that will never truly go away. We could temporarily remove those bugs and glitches, but they will always come back. They won't truly be fixed. That's in my opinion. Now, when it comes to ADHD memory, it works differently because we do not function the same. We cannot understand the same. We cannot process information like any other human being. Me, you have to explain things to me in like video game terms or whatever makes sense to me. So in my case, I'm going to put, let's say with something as in writing down something on a calendar, such as a dentist appointment. Let's just say you have a dentist appointment on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Now, we're going to rank that as a common item. That is something common that everybody can do. So we're putting that in a common tier list. An example would be, oh, you have acquired leather boots. Cool, they're not the best, but it's a common item. That's why they're not the best. And it's an easy task to do, so it's common. Anybody can acquire leather boots. Now, a person can have it in this inventory all they want and never use it because it doesn't affect them. They will know it's there because it's in the inventory. But when it comes to a person with ADHD, we cannot hold that item for a long time. We can even hold that item for about half a day or even more than a day. Let's say the common item can be held within our storage for 24 hours before our glitch or bug in the system decides to delete it permanently. When I mean system, I mean brain. The system will automatically get rid of this item unless we have the item equipped. It's going to get deleted within 24 hours. You do not know when within 24 hours. It just says, hey, 24 hours. But in reality, you can have it in 2 minutes. Why? We have a very, very, very old PC that has not been updated or fixed. You can fix the PC, but remember, it is a 2008 PC. It can do what it is built from that era that it can be built for. It's not like these new computers. It doesn't have those parts or storage or RAM or anything like that. We were built during that time frame of 2008, so we have those parts and gadgets and storage and RAM that's available. We cannot expand it. We could But there's only so much you can do to this computer before it's going to shut down and never properly function again. So we have to use what we can. So a common item is making a dentist appointment. Now for most people, they just, hey, set a reminder on their phone, write down a calendar, planner, or even tell their partner in life, such as I'll tell my girlfriend, hey, can you please remind me to make a doctor's appointment tomorrow for 2 p.m. in like an hour or two? Thank you so much. But in most cases, that is not it. Our item will disappear within 24 hours at random because doing something simple, such as an appointment, is a lot more complicated than it is because our memory capacity is very selective and very limited and very glitchy. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. We can withhold about any piece of information, such as a common item, such as a doctor's appointment, and a rare item, such as going out to the grocery store to buy this one thing at the last minute, a epic item, which is doing paperwork, and a legendary item is doing something in front of somebody. No time ahead, nothing to prepare yourself. You just living in the moment and you're being told to do a task or talking to somebody with very important information. We cannot access that information at all. You could have just given me the legendary item. I was in a party of 4. Pretend it's like Dungeons and Dragons. We just defeated the boss. We each get a couple of items, and I was given the legendary item that we need to exit the dungeon. You have just given me an escape orb. But because you give me this orb all of a sudden has been entered into my inventory. This item has been deleted from your inventory. Huh? What do you mean deleted? I just acquired this item. I haven't even equipped it. I have not dropped it. I have not sold it. I have not done anything to this item. I have just gone to get access to this item. I just received this item. Yes, you may have received this legendary item, but this item needs about 5 storage containers or 5 storage slots within your inventory to have access to this item. But I only have 4. I can only access 4 slots out of my 10 inventory. I was never able to access all 10. Well, sorry, this item is too advanced for you because you do not have requirements to hold or use this item, so this item has been deleted from your inventory. Now, since the item was the only way out, of course, the entire rest of your party is going to get mad at you because they just given you this item, they have just given you this information, and you instantly forgot it. Why? Well, you couldn't do anything about it. Your inventory has a couple of bugs and glitches. It's not your fault that you can't require that you just all of a sudden have to require 5 out of 10 slots of your inventory. The rest of your party will only use 1 of their 10 slots. Well, us people with ADHD, we have to use 5. But we don't have 5, we only have 4. But we can't do much about that, can we? Because our brain is not the same as other people. We cannot function like other people, if you ask me. So a common item, such as doing a dentist appointment, takes up 1 slot. Getting a rare item, such as doing something last minute. Hey, can you go to the grocery store and buy some cooking ingredients? Because we're going to be making alfresco later. I'm like, cool, it's like, what, 4 ingredients? I just need 4 ingredients. Well, I have 1 ingredient at home, so I'm just going to go to the grocery store real quick and get 3 ingredients. It's a little bit tricky, because it's a rare item, not a common item. What makes a difference if it says reminding yourself to either do a doctor's appointment or just to go get something right now, which is only 3 items. How hard can it be? Very difficult for people like me with ADHD. Because I have to do this non-stop. Okay, I'm making alfresco. What do I need? I need sweetened condensed milk, strawberries. I need sweetened condensed milk, strawberries. I need sweetened condensed milk, strawberries. I have to repeat that over and over and over again until I'm at the grocery store. I got these items. I'm holding these items. Okay, I got sweetened condensed milk. I got milk. I have strawberries. They're within my vision. I am holding these 3 items. I know what I need these for. I have to verify that I have these items in my hand. And then I go buy them. Then I go home. Like, okay, I believe this is what we needed. You still doubt yourself at the end of the day. Did I complete this task? Did I do it right? And I could do that, and I look silly in public, but it works for me, so I don't really have a choice. And I kind of got over the silliness part because, well, it helps me out. So it helps me, then I'll just do it, you know? Or what I recommend is using apps, like I use Google Notes. I'll go on app, I will type it in instantly. Okay, grocery list, strawberries with condensed milk and milk. Then I'll remind myself in 15 minutes because it takes more or less that time to go inside a grocery store, find a parking spot, get inside, and I'll get a notification like, who texted me? Oh, it's a notification. This is what I have to do. Then I'll open the app, I'll leave the app open, then I'll walk around with my phone like this, and just, okay, I got this, this, and this. Okay, I'm done. That's it. I highly recommend using Google Notes or any other apps out there. So you can write yourself a reminder and have a timer to it. So when you wake up in the morning, or to remind yourself in an hour because you're going to forget in an hour or you're busy. So you just type yourself a little reminder and send it in an hour. And once you're done with whatever situation, like after I'm done with work, I put a reminder that I have to do this. Because once I go home, I'm going to go straight on my computer or just lay down in my bed and be on my phone all day. For the rest of the night, I have to go to work in the morning. I wasted an entire afternoon. So I have to remind myself to do this. Okay, got to do laundry, got to take out the trash because tomorrow's trash day. I always forget trash day. But that's what I have to do. You just set reminders. It's not the best method, but it works for me. I don't know if there's any better methods, but this works for me. It's Google Notes. Now, an example would be for an epic item. An epic item could be something as paperwork. I hate paperwork. I am pretty sure a lot of people with ADHD do not like doing paperwork. I have a table in the living room that's dedicated just for me. I put all my paper, most like 80% of my paperwork there. All my completed paperwork is on the shelf behind me, in front of me. But I have paperwork there, planners, folders, pencils, erasers. I have every supply needed. Because you can sit down and start working like any other human being. But for us, we cannot. You sit down like, okay, I gotta go get pencil, sharpener, water. I'm gonna get hungry, so I'm gonna get some chips and all that. Don't. Just have everything ready in one spot. So when you sit down, like, okay, what do I need? Do I have to leave? No, I'm gonna search the table real quick. Okay, there are some pencils, paper, pens, planner, my schedule, my planner, calendar, folders, paperwork, extra blue sheets of paper. You need to just have everything that's needed in one area. Now, a legendary item, like I said, could be very important information. If you are talking to somebody and they're telling you something and they just stopped talking, I didn't hear a single word you told me. I have to rewatch this video to make sure, did I get this part right? I know I said it, but did I really say it? Or I'm on YouTube. Or with me listening to music, I can't listen to music. I can hear a song over and over again, 100 times in a row. I cannot tell you a single sentence of what was in that song. I cannot say a single lyrics because I did not understand it, or did I hear it. I listen to music that's just beats and sounds because, well, that's just what I like. It doesn't have any words in it, so it sounds nice to me. I like the way the music feels without having any words into it. Or if I watch a YouTube video of Markiplier playing a video game, I'm like, oh my god, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. But what was he just playing the video game and what was he talking about? I saw he was playing some game on something that's on Steam and it's not something on Xbox or PlayStation. What game was that? Was he talking? I forgot if he was talking or not. Like, that's how I always function. I just can't remember or I can't process something. So when it comes to Adhd memory, our inventory will always be shorter than a normal person with 10. We're stuck with 4. We could have items of every rank. It could be common, rare, epic, or legendary. The items will disappear quicker than regular items for a normal human being because, well, these normal items are not necessary for us. So if it's not necessary, we're going to forget. And if we automatically picked up an item that is not necessary to us at all, such an example, manga or webtoons. I like reading and buying webtoon and manga. I'm trying to collect the One Piece manga. That's like 100 volumes. If I do the math correctly, it's like 1,200, including tax. So this can be a lot of money just completing the manga series. And I have a bunch of manga behind me and webtoon books such as Jungle Juice, Doom Breaker, Solo Leveling, and just like a bunch more. And I like to buy and read them. And because I kind of like, I don't think it's an addiction if you buy like one manga or one book once a month. So I would buy a book and I would read it, and then I just read that book, and then that information about the book is stuck in my head. And that book, I have picked it up. It is stuck in my inventory. It takes off one of the 4 slots, so I'm only left with 3 slots. I cannot detach that item. I cannot drop, sell, use that item at all because it's stuck in the inventory. Why? Well, my brain thinks it's important and only important to have that book within my inventory. Think of it like a book of nothingness. It's just a blank book. You thought you picked up, a spell book about fire or ice. No, it's just a blank spell book that has not been used. That item cannot be dropped or used or sold within your inventory. It's going to be there for who knows until it decides just magically disappear. You just wake up one day like, oh, the item's gone. Finally, it's been 17 days. This item could not be detached, used, sold, or anything. And that is what we find interesting in anything. Like, I like manga or webtoon. Like, my favorite webtoon series is Jungle Juice. It is one of my favorites of all time, and I think it's great. I think there's only like 3 volumes out. I only have 2 of the volumes right now. But that's such a good webtoon series that information is stuck in my head. And if you could have told me something such as doing a dentist appointment on a calendar or a reminder, I would not remember it because it's going to disappear within a couple of minutes and be replaced with the webtoon series information. So each task could be rankings within items, and depending on how those items are, those items could be stuck in your inventory, take up more space within your inventory, disappear within your inventory. It's just that it will not work because, like I said, our system is built on a 2008 computer while everybody else is on 2024. They're both computers, but ours may be a little bit slower. It's not going to be as great, doesn't have as much RAM or gigabytes or anything like that, but it still gets the job done. It's just going to take a lot more patience than it would with a person with the newest type of technology. You could fix the computer, you can get new parts, you can get updated, do whatever you have to do, but the computer is still a 2008 computer originally. There's only so much that you can do to get that computer up and running to be a little bit more advanced. You could update it to 2010 information and software, but that's all you can really do. And same thing with our inventory. We could possibly unlock one more slot to hold more items or do more tasks, but there's only so much that we can do. And we always try, we always do. It's just please be patient with us because we cannot have access to the item because you can just tell us a very important thing, but that item has just been dropped. It's just disappeared from inventory. You just gave me that item. You just gave me a very important legendary artifact, but that artifact is gone. It just doesn't exist no more because, well, we cannot obtain that item. Why? Because our inventory, for some reason, does not let us. You could give us a rare item, which is not as important as a legendary item, but we could use it. We could hold on to it, whatever the case may be, but that item is still likely to disappear, not as quickly as a legendary item, but that item will soon disappear because our inventory system is glitchy with glitches and bugs, and it's just a bad programming. But we'll still make the best out of it. It's still an inventory. The inventory can still pick up common, rare, epic, and legendary items. There's no problem with that. It's just we have to find methods for us to work so we can use those items, sell those items, or drop those items before the items that we just acquired have been deleted. The system will always never be fixed when it comes to those bugs and glitches, but we can still make the best out of it. It's going to be more challenging than somebody else who could have all 10 slots of an inventory and use it as any time that they want, versus us, we have a time limit that's at random. We have no control. So here are some tips and tricks when it comes to memory. I say if you are told something right away, write it down or repeat non-stop. You're going to look like an idiot, trust me. But if you have to tell yourself, okay, I have to go to the grocery store to get sweetened condensed milk, strawberries, sweetened condensed milk, strawberries. You got to repeat yourself about 20 times. Then it will sort of be in your memory. Then you got to repeat that missing phrase over and over again. Okay, I got to get sweetened condensed milk, strawberries, sweetened condensed milk, strawberries. what was that last item? Oh, it was milk. I have to get milk. I have water at home, so I have to get sweetened condensed milk, strawberries, and milk. You might have forgotten it, but if you have repeated it so much, you only have 2 out of those 3 items in your inventory, and that item would be restored because well, you remembered. So repeat it nonstop until you remember, and if you do that, you get more likely to remember it later on without the help of a reminder. Now, that's another one. You could have reminders on your phone. I use Google Notes and timers on those that I write. Ever have an idea, I'll write it down instantly and it'll be gone. But if I go on Google Notes, I'm like, oh, I forgot about this idea existed. When was this? Oh, about 2 weeks ago. If it's important, you put a timer. If it's not, it's not. But you always remember that this idea existed, so it will never completely go away because you will regret an idea because I have an ideas for my books and channels, but it's just I'm not going to remember how to write the story or do a video for my channel. So I write it down, and if it's very important, I'll put a timer on it so I can remember myself in like an hour or 2. Another thing is if you have a calendar like I do, I write down the calendar, what I have to do, or very important dates like doctor's appointments and all that. So every time I wake up and cross an X, I'm like, oh, tomorrow I have an appointment. So my calendar says it. That's a reminder to put a reminder on my phone. And then when I wake up in the morning, the reminder goes off. I'm like, oh, I gotta do that, you know? Another thing is if you have a partner in life. Like for me and my girlfriend, she reminds me, hey, after the anime conventions that we go to, it's like, hey, you just dressed up as Buggy the Clown, Crocodile, and Team Rocket Goon. Please make sure to take care of your cosplays before next con. Because if you have ADHD like me, you have any idea how stressful it is to detangle a wig, to do makeup or anything like that. I do makeup for Buggy the Clown, and I forget to wash my brushes, and they got ruined. And I had to go buy new ones. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, but I wasted a couple bucks. If I just remembered I had to wash it, that was fine. So when you get home from an anime convention, I highly recommend, if you're done with that cosplay, wash it, clean it, disinfect it, get your makeup ready, wash those brushes, put the wig somewhere. It's not going to get detangled and get more problems in the future. So it's very important to get taken care of by the end of the day, or you will regret it. Because I'm going to level up this weekend as Buggy the Clown, Crocodile, and Team Rocket Grunt. So I'm going all 3 days. So if you see me, say hi and all that, you know, if you want. And every time I come home from anime convention, I have to wash clothes, defect the costume, and all that. Because if you don't, well, I have a shelf in the living room that's just dedicated to cosplays. And I just tossed everything on the top part of that shelf, and I forget that it's there. So right now, I have to do the laundry and disinfect all my cosplays, get everything ready for the con. That's in like, 2 or 3 days? But it's fine, it's last minute. I have time today, so I'm going to do it. But I could have avoided that by doing it the second I got home, or the following morning by putting a reminder. But I don't really have much information. I usually just struggle as every day as life goes on. And I was, well, there's always tomorrow, but I never do it tomorrow. But I think that's it for ADHD memory, you know, because this is just a video explaining ADHD memory, understanding it, and a little bit of help if it helps. Yeah, that's today's video when it comes to ADHD and memory. So I highly appreciate watching this video. That everybody that watches this video, I hope everybody could find this helpful. If it is, well, I'm glad I could help in any way I could. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button when it comes to future videos, when it comes to comedy, gaming, and much more. Thank you for watching today's video, everybody, and have a good day, everyone.